What is up, guys? This is Silver Warrior here, and today I just wanted to discuss trying to be professional about silver stacking. So I guess I've talked about this before a little bit, but I mainly just mentioned, that you have to put work in my last video. That's what it was about. But when in terms of being professional about silver stacking, what do I mean? Now, obviously, for most people, silver stacking alone is not a profession. Coin dealing can be a profession, and I know at least a few people who are millionaires off of, buying and selling coins and other things like it, because there's coins worth millions out there. But silver stacking alone, you're not going to make millions of dollars because of the fact that you're simply, at least the way you should be buying is that, you're stacking up as much silver as you can for either an economic collapse or, if you're really smart, for a bubble. You'll be prepared for that, but you still have to act professional about it. What do I really mean by being professional? Well, what I'm trying to get at here is that you can't go out there and, for one, you can't go out and expect that if you just buy a few 5-ounce silver bars or whatever, that's the way to go. I mean, yeah, certainly some generic bullion's good, but you have to have for one, you have to have other weights of generic bullion, smaller pieces like 1-ouncers and bigger pieces like 10-ouncers and things like that, or whatever you can afford. You have to have different varying weights, I believe, in generic bullion, because certain weights appeal to certain people and you can actually make a little bit more money off of it. And also, you have to, not just have generic bullion in your silver stack, because of the fact that if you're stacking numismatic junk silver, you can get, numismatic junk silver, constitutional junk silver. I don't even think numismatic junk silver is a thing. That's like an oxymoron. No, constitutional junk silver. If you're stacking that, then you can, if you know what you're doing. I mean, I've gotten for under melt a few times, and my most recent order, the nickels I'm waiting on, I got for under melt, which I mentioned in my last video. So you can really get good deals on that. But the thing is that those good deals are rare. So in between, a really good deal on, a really good deal on your constitutional junk, you might buy another, piece of generic silver. You buy that more often, I'd say, than the other one. But whenever you make a purchase of junk silver, it should be more than what you're buying in generic silver per order. It should be larger. And I never buy generic silver, not generic silver. I never buy constitutional junk for melt or above. I always pay under melt for it. That's why I get it so rarely, is because I'm not willing to pay melt or above for it. That's just not my, what I want to do personally. And if you're a professional and you're willing to put the time into silver stacking and you're willing to put the work in, then you can get a lot of good pieces and you can make some money down the line if the silver price bubble forms. But you can't just, go along and act like that silver stacking is just something that, some little hobby that you do on the side, along with your stamp collection. No. Silver, for you, should be a hard investment. I mean, something that you really put work in and you have to be professional about, because think about it. Think about how serious the nature is of what you're trying to protect with your silver stack. You're trying to protect yourself from inflation and economic collapse. I mean, you really have to know what you're doing. You can't just... And that's the other thing, is putting in research. You really do have to research even before you buy silver, and even as you're buying silver. Still constantly trying to learn more. I'm trying to learn new stuff every day about silver, because if you're just buying it without really knowing the purpose, then what good is that going to do you? If you don't know, if you have a bunch of silver, you don't know how to use it. It's like having a gun but not knowing how to shoot one. I mean, yeah, the gun's going to protect you, but at the end of the day, I mean, all you have is the fact that you're holding the gun, and if you can't actually fire it. But I do hope you enjoyed the quick video, and that is it for this one. Peace, love, and much respect.